Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing fabulous today. If you're new over here, welcome to my channel. I'm Alicia Kim. Sit back, relax, enjoy this video, then get caught up with some older ones, some older videos, so we can get more familiar with each other. And to my big up crew, go on and do. You know I love you already, right? So guys, today I'm going to do a Q&A, a little chit chat video while I get my makeup done. I'm not going anywhere, but instead of just sitting down and just talking, I decided let's get active and at least do the makeup and hang out a bit. I did ask you guys for questions on Instagram a few weeks ago, maybe months ago, good while. But I'm just deciding, you know, let me go ahead and answer these questions so we can get caught up and have some girl time. So if you're interested in the video, go ahead, get relaxed, grab your makeup bag, grab something to eat, and then let's hang out for a few minutes. Remember, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also leave a like on this video so I can know you're enjoying it. So let's get right into the video. I did do my eyebrows off camera. I always do that. I just use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, brush them in, and then I use my concealer to clean up the edges. I've been going through the questions and drinking my matcha, which is almost finished now because you guys are so sneaky, asking me the same questions 100 different ways. But I have a few questions and I'm going to try and get through all of them for you. Let me put on some primer. This is the SPF BFF from Milani, and it's SPF 30. So especially now that it's summertime, I want to get in as much SPF as possible, so it being in the primer is even better. I'm not going anywhere, by the way. I don't know if I told you that, but I am not going anywhere. I just wanted us to chill, have some girl time, chit chat, get caught up. So now that I prep my skin, I like to go in with my concealer under my eyes and on the dark spots on my face, and I just use the LA Girls concealer in Toffee. So this, once I do that, then I go in with my foundation, and I am going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible, and I have mine in 510. So I just dab a little bit of concealer under my eyes where I have the dark circles and where I have the hyperpigmentation from the pimples, and then I just use my brush and pat that in. Let's get into these questions while I do my foundation. So this one says, how do you feel about 50-50 in a relationship? I know this is a very touchy subject. I'm going to answer on the perspective of 50-50 financially. So we are splitting the rent, electricity, the phone bill, we're splitting dinners, we're splitting grocery, all of that. To be honest, from that perspective, I don't love it. To be honest, I don't think it's something that I would just say from the onset, yes, I'm a 50-50 person, let's split everything. No, but I do believe that every relationship is different and different things work for different people, for different couples. Because you may have in a relationship, the female earns so much more, and because she earned so much more, then she wants a lifestyle that's so much more costly, and therefore I think it would be unfair if you are with a man that does not earn as much to ask him to pay for that fully. Are you going to not go on the vacations you want to go on because you don't want to spend your money, or are you going to make it like a team effort thing? In that aspect, it may be a case where it's not 50-50. The female may put out more or the man may put out more if the roles were to reverse, depending on the income. Also, for some relationship, they decide they're going to pool the income. So I make $100, you make $40, we earn $140 in total, and we split that and take care of what we need to take care of. So that's the reason this is not a topic that I go much into. However, I do believe that a woman in her femininity likes to be taken care of to an extent. So I don't want to be going on a dinner date with you and then you're telling me to cash up you half of the bill, Or I go to a dinner with you and you're just sitting there, the check come and you start looking all over the place. Sir, what we doing? You know what I mean? So to summarize my thought on the whole 50-50 argument, do what works for your relationship. If you're a 50-50 person and that you love the man and he loves you, he cares for you, he provides for you in so many different aspects, but financially he's not there yet and he's not able to, and 50-50 work in your relationship, girl, do not let the internet tell you to leave your man and go pick up somebody. Oh yes, he may not be a 50-50 person, financially may be there for you 100%, but emotionally he's not there, he's not supporting you, you have no conversation, there's no chemistry. Those things are also important in a relationship. Now I'm going to highlight my face with the LA Girls concealer in Fawn. This one is Fawn. The next question says, how do you deal with ending a relationship with people who you thought would be in your life forever, whether a friend or a lover? We have to realize that people come and people go. If you have a friend or a lover, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, and they've been in your life and they want to go, I say let them go. Let them go and mourn it. Don't be afraid to mourn your losses, but don't dwell on it. So for me, because of course the same friends I had in primary school, high school, even college, I don't even know where some of those people are. We don't talk anymore. And in the beginning you are going to mourn it. You're going to wonder why, you know, what happened. Go through that phase, but do not dwell. It was definitely a journey for me to learn that, again, people come in your life for a reason, and once their reason or purpose has been fulfilled, they have to go. So we have to make peace with that and let them go, let them spread their wings, and we both need to evolve and get to the next stage of our lives, and maybe us being together is not the right thing. I try not to focus so much on the negatives that happened. I try to think about some of the positive things in the relationship and some of the good times in that friendship, because it can't be all bad. If you've been friends with your best friend or your former best friend for 10, 5, 6, however many years, or in a relationship with a man or a woman for 10 years, 5 years, it could not be all that bad. You must have had some good times, and it's okay to remember those good times, and it's also okay to mourn them and mourn the loss of the relationship, but we have to learn to move on and push forward, because there are so many other amazing people that we are going to meet in our lifetime. Someone says, the glow up on you looks so good, what have you been doing differently? Thank you. Listen, I have been practicing self-care. I have just decided that I'm going to be putting me first. My mental health, my well-being, my health overall, my physical health. I've just decided that I'm going to put that first. The goal wasn't to glow up, the goal was just to be better and to be in a better space mentally and physically. And I started working out more, I started drinking more water, I started getting closer to God, reading more, and just doing things that I personally enjoy. And I just find that helped me feel happier. Now I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder to set where I put the concealer. Someone says, is having children in your future plans? Would you adopt? I do want children. I've shared that with you guys before. At this age, I thought I would have had at least 2 already, but I guess God didn't see it fit. I guess I was not ready. So I would still love that for myself. Would I adopt, to be honest with you? I don't think I would adopt. I think I would want my own children that came from me. I'm going to leave this to set while I continue on with the rest of my makeup, and I'm going to go in with my bronzer now. This is the airbrush bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury. How do you cope being alone when you have no friends or a relationship to rely on? Why that sounds so sad? It sounds so sad. In a movie, this would be a sad scene. Someone sitting alone, the rain is falling and they're feeling pathetic. But I don't feel that way. To be honest, I enjoy being alone. I enjoy having my alone time and finding out new things about myself. Because the thing is, sometimes when we always have people around, we are always in a relationship, we always have friends around, we lose sight of us. We lose sight of what makes us happy. What do we like to do? What are my hobbies? Like, you ever meet those couples and they're just a couple? That's just them. Their identity is the other person. I've never really had that mindset where my identity is attached to a person, whether a friend or a relationship. I always believe in having your own unique life and your hobbies or things that you like to do, your interests. So being alone right now, what separate and apart from being hard and difficult and all of that in terms of the transition, but being in it itself is not as sad. The how can I put it so you can get what I'm saying? So I've always found joy in doing my own thing and having a little scheduling, a little alone time for myself. So now that I'm alone majority of my time, it's not as difficult for me. I mean, sometimes you do feel that loneliness and you do wish somebody was with you, but that doesn't last long. That feeling, it doesn't last long at all. I am learning to take life for what it is because I can't control every aspect of life. So if this is my period to be alone, then I'm going to just enjoy the process and focus on me. I'm learning so much more about Kim that I didn't know before. I am practicing so much new skills now, even just with my overall growth that I didn't know I had before. Even just my whole self-care journey, the way I care for myself now, I've never done it before because I always felt that there was someone that you have to do something with and you have to go somewhere with, and this is happening and that is happening and so much happening that you would forget you and to take care of you. So when you're alone, I look at it as an opportunity to dive deeper into me, to refuel me and to learn me. So listen, I would say to you, even if you are in a relationship, even if you have 10 BFFs and you're surrounded by so many friends, so many family, and you're not like me that's alone most of the time, still schedule time into your day, your week, your month to refuel you, to learn you. Because what you don't want is you end up in a situation where you're alone and you don't know what to do with yourself. You don't know yourself. What do you like? What do you like to eat even? You don't even know because you're always cooking dinner to appease your household, for example, you know? The next question is, why did you decide to make YouTube your full-time job? So I'm going to do a little bit of nose contour, and I like to use the same bronzer and go outline the nose however small I want it to be, and then over my eyelids because naturally I have darker eyelids. I didn't set out to make YouTube my full-time job. It just kind of happened. I was working and I just started feeling overwhelmed with having a 9-to-5 job and then still wanting to create content because creating content was my joy. It made me feel good. It made me happy. So I noticed that I was just overcompensating, and even on days where I feel tired, I still wanted to go out and create content and then clock in to my job. I was working a 4 p.m. to a 1 a.m. shift, and I would get off at 1 a.m. I'd sleep for a few hours. I'm up the next day. I'm installing wigs. I'm going out. I'm trying to vlog. Then I have work again, and it was just overwhelming for me. And it was a decision that I had to make, whether am I going to try this YouTube thing, fuel my passion, or am I just going to work my 9-to-5? I had to make a choice. And I decided that I wanted to try YouTube. Try YouTube, take a gamble. I told you guys this before. Take a gamble at my own desire and my passion, because I can always go back to a job. My qualifications are not going anywhere. I will still have them. but YouTube and creating content and having you guys and having the support, I wasn't sure how long that would last, and if I neglected it, I'm sure that people would just find other interests and go about their lives. So I thought the time frame that I had to make the best of it was right now, and that is how I decided, hey, I'm quitting this job and I'm making YouTube my full-time job. And then this one says, how did you decide what your YouTube channel would be about? I'm going to go in with some blush, and this is the number 4 Gold Heart blush from Essence. When I started YouTube, I knew that it was going to be, and with a blush I go on top of the bronzer and kind of blend it into the powder, so it's kind of seamless. So I just go like so. When I started YouTube, I wasn't really sure what my niche would be. I just started doing things that people were doing on YouTube. So I started doing the challenges, I do mukbangs, I would do smack or fact, and I just kind of tried a variation of different content styles until I found what was working. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially something like YouTube where views can be so finicky. I think that was the best approach that I had. So I didn't come on here and say, oh, I'm going to do makeup and that's all I'm going to do, I'm going to try nothing else. Nope. I did sit downs, I was vlogging, I was doing challenges, so much different things I did when I just started my YouTube channel. And then once I found what was working and what was getting people to come back to the channel, I started making more of that. And that was kind of just lifestyle content, sharing my life, being vulnerable, and just open with my subscribers. I think that worked best for my channel. So if you're a new YouTuber, that is something that I always encourage. Don't put yourself in a box and say, this is all that I'm doing. I think you should be trying a variation of different things, because what may work for one person over there may not work for you, but something else might. You know, so do a little bit of what's trending, do a little bit of what's hot, because those are like evergreen content. You know that is going to bring in the view. But also try other things and see how your audience is going to react to it. I got a lot of questions about my mental health. How are you doing mentally? How are you coping mentally? I got a lot of mental health questions, and I must say thank you guys so much for caring. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for wanting to know how I am doing genuinely. I definitely appreciate that. I think I'm doing way better than I was doing when we last chat. The last time we had a chit chat, I'm doing way better now, and I'm feeling better. I'm feeling more motivated. I'm back recording and I'm back working. So that kind of helped me. That's a distraction as well. But mentally, I think I'm taking care to nurture my mental health and to work through whatever kinks or problems that I may have and things that kind of weigh me down. I'm slowly working on them, and I'm learning skills that will help me. When I was in therapy, I didn't know if I told you, but I am not doing therapy right now. It got a little bit expensive, and I kind of say, hey, let me step back a little bit and kind of get my life back in order, because you know I wasn't working for months. Yes, I kind of stopped therapy for a while, but I think it's something that I need to get back into, because I saw where it helped me so much. I am still using some of the skills that my therapist gave me. I'm using them today. So whenever I feel a little bit down, or I feel like anything is happening that's draining my mental health, he would tell me, you know, go outside and connect with the earth. Walk barefoot, touch some grass, put your toes in the sand, things like that. And those are skills that I use right now, and they have really helped with my mental health, and also doing things that fuels Kim, like going to the gym. I now enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy going for a walk and putting my phone on do not disturb, because sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to be alone, watch cheesy shows, and just do what will make me feel better. Weight loss tips. I have lost 40 pounds, well 39 and some. Just like a round it off as 40. What may I go the next with my face? What's next? oh yeah, probably just brush away the powder. So yes, girl, lose 39 pounds, and I'm so proud of it. And this is not something that I did overnight. It kind of gradually happened as I changed my lifestyle. So, and that is the next thing too. Now that I'm alone, I'm able to cook and eat what I want. I don't go out as much, so I'm not eating at restaurants and things like that. And I kind of enjoy cooking. I enjoy trying new meals. So that's a tip. Fall in love with, first of all, slowing down your days as much as you can. I know I don't have kids, I don't have people relying on me that much, but these are my tips, right? So I slow down my days, and with slowing down, I find the joy in doing things that I love. So going for a walk, instead of it being tedious and me just walking trying to get 10,000 steps, I slow it down. I listen to a podcast, I listen to my favorite album, I take in the scenery, and I enjoy doing my walk. And cooking is the next thing I don't just throw something on the stove and hurry up and grab a meal because I'm hungry. I slow it down. And I take my time, I cook, I add my seasoning, and I put love into making the meals. And I also like to try new things because I get bored easily with what I eat. So me trying new meals is also a plus and makes me want to eat healthier, because I'm not just eating, as you guys see and I've been showing you, I don't just eat the regular traditional Jamaican food that I grew up on. I try new things. And of course, working out. I'm still on my journey. I have such a far way to go, but right now I'm proud of where I am. And yeah, working out, eating healthier, being mindful. I would say my number one weight loss tip would be focusing on yourself and putting yourself first, because once you do that, then you want to look better, you want to be healthier, and you are now going to do the things to accomplish that. So that would be my tip. I'm going to spray my setting mist, and this is the one that I always tell you about. It's from Makeup Revolution, and it's a super thick, super hold spray. How are you productive without a traditional job? I just lost my job and have gotten so lazy. Love you, girl. Love you too. I am not always productive, and I am not always consistent. I am just like you majority of the time, but I have learned certain skills that tell me to get up out of the bed. What I found worked best for me though is planning my day the night before. Even if I'm in bed, laying down, pulling up my notes app and planning my day step by step by step. Every single thing, from waking up, brushing your teeth, drink tea, everything. And then I see all the tasks that I have, and then I set an alarm. And that kind of helps. And sometimes you really don't have much to do in the day. It's okay to wake up late sometimes, especially if you're not working now. I would say start scheduling things into your day. They may not seem like productive things or tasks that has to be done, but even scheduling reading. I need to finish 5 chapters in this book, schedule that into your day. I need to go to the gym, schedule that into your day. I want to try a new flavor tea tomorrow morning, schedule that into your day. Whatever your day consists of, that's your day. Yes, you may not have a job right now, but drinking water may be a priority. Schedule that into your day, and slowly you will find that you become more productive at accomplishing the smallest little tasks, and that is you building a habit of being productive and completing tasks. So listen, my list tongue is fighting for its life. So yeah, just schedule things into your day, and know that you're not working is a perfect time to focus more on you. Find a new hobby. Do you like to read? Do you like to paint? Do you like to color? I found so many new hobbies. Like, I get laughed at because I'm coloring. I'm doing my paint by numbers. I have a paint by numbers class schedule that I'm going to be taking. I am finding out so much more about myself because my days are not as packed as they used to be. So I say just find things that you can do, and Go to YouTube University, learn a new skill on YouTube. Watch a YouTube video, learn to cook, learn to sew, learn to do makeup, learn something on YouTube, and you are going to see how packed your day is. Favorite vacation spot so far? Dream vacation destination. I love watching your channel. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Favorite vacation so far would have to be in Mexico, Cancun. I enjoyed that vacation so much. It was so chill, and my dream vacation spot would be going to Paris. That's the dream. That's when I visit Paris, I'd be like, yes, yes. Finally, so how do you stay motivated and consistent while being a YouTuber with no boss around? These bills. I always tell you, you have to find something that motivates you, and if you work for yourself, you know there's nobody paying these bills for you. There is no paid leave. There's no pay for when you are sick. There's no pay for when you are on vacation. I have to deal with that by working, by posting. So that, honest, to be honest, I can give you a whole lot of different things. The number one thing is paying these bills. And that is just the fact, knowing that you are responsible for your own finances and being responsible for your income. That in itself is a motivation. But also having a community helps me to be consistent as well, knowing that you guys are looking out for the videos, you know, you care, you want to be updated, you want to be a part of what I have going on. That helps too. This one says, what is your biggest lesson so far in 2024? My makeup is basically done. I just need to do some lashes and lips, and that's it. Not to be so rigid in my goals and to associate a goal with an age and things like that, because 2024 showed me that things can change in an instant and you really don't have as much power as you think. So I've learned to just let go, not be as rigid with my goals as I usually would be. What would you be doing if you weren't doing YouTube full-time? I wanted to be a chartered accountant. That was the goal. So I went ahead and got the degree in accounting, but never do anything else. So yeah, something in the accounting field probably. Have you considered getting a part-time job? Interactions may help and occupy your time. No, I've never considered getting a part-time job. As of right now, it's not a thought. I've never thought about it, but that could be a good idea. Because one thing with being a YouTuber, it's a lonely job. You do not have any co-workers, you do not have a boss, you have no interactions in your days sometimes. So maybe getting a part-time job is not a terrible idea. Thank you for that. Not a question, girl, but I love you and I'm proud of you. You are one of my role models. Been praying you up. Thank you so much. And that's Tanada Queen. What gives you the drive to live, love, laugh when you feel stuck? I would say just understanding that my life itself is a blessing, and to be here is a blessing. To be healthy is a blessing. To have a roof over my head, blessing. Food on my table, blessing. So absorbing and understanding all the good and positives in my life. Listen, I have to give God thanks for all the many blessings in my life right now as I speak, and just knowing that gives me the motivation to push forward. Like, things could be so much worse, but they're not. So keep going. And also the idea that whatever you go through is for a reason. It's leading you somewhere. It's not just happening for no reason. So learning that also propels me, because I want to see where is it going. I want to see the next level. So hey, I'm getting up out of this and I am going because I want to see what's next. Would you ever consider moving out of Florida for a fresh start? To be honest, yes, I have thought about it. Honestly, I have no family here. I have no support system here. The reason I came to Florida has things changed and I am alone here, alone. And I have thought about what's next? Do I stay here? Do I continue life here and try? Woo! Not the not the matcha. But yeah, here in Florida, especially where I'm at, so many memories, and just the lack of support, I say, is the number one reason why I would think about somewhere else. But also a part of me is also scared, because again, I'm going to have to be starting over from scratch again, making life again. Like, there's so much thought that's going into it, but it's so happened that a lot of you guys keep asking me. So I think I need to really think about it deeply and make a decision, because I am at that stage where I need to make a decision. If am I going to renew this lease, or am I going to leave? And if I leave, will I stay in Florida or will I leave Florida? So it's timely that you asked me this, because this is one of the decisions that I've been battling with for weeks now, you know. So yeah, have you put any thought into moving to a new state? See, same question. Going to apply my lashes. No, this one says, if you could have changed the last 5 years of your life, would you? If yes, what will you do different? This is something that I have thought about. Would I change anything in my life? And to be honest, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't change a thing, because I strongly believe that everything happens for a reason. Whatever happened in the last 5 years needed to happen. And if you were to change something that happened in your life, something else would have happened, and you don't know what that other outcome would look like either. So no, I wouldn't. The last 5 years has completely changed my life overall in a positive way. I've seen myself grow so much as a woman. I've evolved so much. You guys see too, I'm sure. The Kim I am today is not the Kim you first met. Well, depending on which video you watched, but life is not perfect, right? Tell the truth. Life is not going to be perfect. You just have to put your best foot forward, hope for the best, and whatever happens, happens. How is your mom coping with all that you are going through, since she is not there physically with you? A lot of you guys ask for mommy. I see that question a lot, but she is doing okay. She's doing okay. I'm trying to get the mirror to put my lashes on. We talk every single day. She's there for me right through. Not here physically, but we talk every single day, and she is my biggest motivator, my biggest comforter, and just walking with me through everything. So mommy's doing good. Thank you for asking. Mommy good, man. Do you enjoy living alone? Yes, I do. I love my own space. And right now I think I'm loving my own space a little bit too much. Like, how will I go back into not being on my own? But I love my own space. I love doing my own thing. I love cooking the foods that I want to eat. Listen, I know we are humans and we need human interaction, but hey, this is what it is. I'm living alone and I am enjoying it for right now. How do you overcome a breakup? I think that's different for everybody. Go through it. Go through the motion. I don't think there's a quick fix. I don't think there is any one particular thing that's going to say do this and you're going to get over the breakup and you're not going to think about the person. You're not going to remember the relationship. No. Feel. If you need to cry, cry. I think the best thing to do is to deal with the emotions as they come. And you will, especially if it's a relationship you've been in for a while, you will need to grieve it. And also focus on yourself. And that is the reason why even when you're in a relationship, you need, I'm not saying to neglect your partner. My battery soon dies, so I need to change it. But I'm saying find things that you love. Find out about yourself. Learn yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are really who you have. People come and people go. Yes, some relationships last forever, but the reality is, if there comes a time when your partner needs to leave and go somewhere for an extended period of time, you should know how to navigate life on your own. Yeah? Am I right or am I right? So there's nothing wrong with learning yourself, having your own hobbies, and just being the individual that you are. Because at the end of the day, you are an individual. And if things were to go left and you happen to turn up single, at least you could enjoy your own company for a while. So self-care, and not focus so much about what you've lost, but what there is to gain and what there is to learn from the situation. So yeah, and if you're going through a breakup, it's sad, it's hard, it's tough, but you'll be fine. Trust. Now I'm going to work on my lips. I like to use my MAC lip liner. It's in chestnut, and then this pink lip gloss is from L'Oreal, and it's in number 90, Rosy Utopia. So here the back. Yeah, so this is my little go-to lip combo. This one says, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are some of your goals? I was talking about this the other day. For the first time in my life, I do not have a plan. Like, not a plan, but I don't really have any goals like that. Like, yeah, I have the general goals where you say, I want to be successful, I want to be healthy, like the general goals. Of course, I have them. But as I said, this year I'm learning so much, and I'm learning to let go. So much so that, listen, I am putting everything in God's hand, because I see where I have made so much plans for my life, and this is where I'm going to be in the next 5 years. Like, I am literally, when someone asked me 5 years ago where I saw myself, I didn't see this. I did not see this. Listen, I did not know what 2024 had in store for me at all. So with that reality, I am just putting it in God's hands. Let it rest easy in God's hands, because I know I'm a blessed girl. I know that whatever God has planned for me, He is going to see it through, and He is going to be there for me, because He's my ride or die. So I'm at peace with that. And because I'm at peace with that, girl, I cannot tell you where I see myself in the next 5 years. I don't know. I do not know. And as I said, I do have some goals, some of which I'm not going to share here. I don't want to prematurely talk about things, and yeah, I just don't want to put it out there like that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we will see. Someone says, do you see YouTube as your forever career? No, I don't see YouTube as my forever career. I think YouTube will be here as long as I have an audience though. So eventually I may transition into other things, businesses, just other things in life, but as long as you guys are rocking with me, I could be old and gray and shaking. Big up. We are going to be here together. So I know I used to say to myself, I don't want to be 35 and a YouTuber. I want to transition into something else, or 40 and a YouTuber. But right now, I think where the world is going, what we have is very special, and as long as you are riding with me, I'm riding through it with you. So yeah, I don't know. Let's look at another question, because I'm basically done with the look and I love it. It's simple, but it's still very vibrant, so I love it. Let's see what other questions I have that I can get through. What are some of your tips that you have used to love yourself more? That's a really good question. People act like self-love is easy. I don't think self-love is easy. I think self-love is the hardest love. The hardest love. And I think sometimes as humans, we depend so much on people's validation, and based on how we think we will be perceived determines on how much we love ourselves. And I kind of figured that out, and once I did that, I said, I am going to love me in spite of, not because of. So I know for some people they'll say, oh, self-love is easy. No, myself, me have to love myself. But I think self-love is the hardest love to acquire, because we are so hard on ourselves, and if we feel like society views us as this, then we perceive ourselves as that, and maybe decide that we don't deserve to be loved. But let me tell you, if you deserve any love, if there's one love you should be sure of in this world, it should be the love that's coming from you. And for example, just to put it into context, right? We all have flaws based on society's standards of beauty or norms or whatever, and we judge ourselves based on that. So we are like, oh, I'm too fat, my lip too big, my forehead too big, or my ears too small. There's always something. But that is your beauty, that is your superpower. We have to first recognize where society will say we have a fault. Recognize it. Listen, there's nothing, I tell you guys before, there's nothing anybody can say about Kim that Kim don't already know. Especially with coming on social media. There's nothing someone can point out about me where me don't know about myself. Get familiar with yourself. Understand you may not be perfect, and that is fine. The imperfections that you may see in yourself is your superpower. It's what makes you special. It's what makes you different. It's what gives you that vibe, that little something something. So there's nothing wrong with identifying, oh, yeah, my nose kind of big, or oh, my eye them kind of small and tiny, or my eyes them kind of big. Nothing is wrong with that. But identifying it, having peace with it, that is how you get to love yourself. Sometimes loving yourself means you need to have a heart-to-heart with yourself. You need to identify the parts of you that may not be so good. Maybe you sit down and say to yourself, you know, I have a little bit of jealousy in me, and the way I reacted to that person, it wasn't right. Don't be oblivious. We are human beings. Like, identify your character flaws. We all have them. We're not perfect. We don't name God. Sometimes self-love is you recognizing those hard truths about yourself and making peace with them, learning to get over them, learning to cope with them, or learning to just evolve. We don't have to stay the same. We can evolve. It's okay, you know? So I think I started loving myself more when I realized I'm not like everybody else. I'm not perfect. I'm different. I'm Kim. And that is what makes me special. Yeah. Okay guys, so that's all the questions that I have for today. I enjoyed us hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to follow me on my Instagram. It's _Alicia_Kim. That's where I usually ask the questions for these kind of videos. And if you're new over here or you're a returning watcher but you have not hit that subscribe button, please remember to hit that subscribe button. Leave a thumbs up on the video so I can know you enjoyed it, and meet me in the comment section so we can chit chat. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.